What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants for Us. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Alright, so, according to Pirates and Princesses, Disney execs reportedly shocked by Disney Plus cancellations. I cannot believe that story. I don't believe it sincerely. I do believe that these people have got to such an extent that they've got emboldened by these companies, whether it be Google or Facebook or even Disney. Any of these corporations, I believe they've got emboldened by thinking that people can't turn it off. You know, they think that they've got us in such a predicament that, we're so addicted to their content that we as individuals cannot break free from their grasp. And there's a part of this article I just want to read. It's a little bit long, but I feel like it's actually worth the read. And it's really thought-provoking. And it begins... There are a couple of things here that are important to note. First, we're hearing reports that Disney knew all the way back in November that they planned to get rid of Gina Carano. We've read some reporting that Carano was planning to receive her own show called Rangers of the New Republic, but that she was scrubbed from the announcement as very high-level executives at Disney did not like her tweets or personal politics. What's very curious is that now we're hearing Rangers of the New Republic is essentially a dead show. Not only has Disney fired Carano, but they may have seriously damaged their relationship with Carl Weathers. And plans in place for Rangers of the New Republic are rumored to be scrapped. So did Disney announce a show to investors that they already secretly knew they would not be producing? There's more fallout though. You may have noticed that Disney stock is skyrocketing as their Disney Plus subscription numbers have gone astronomical. They've already hit 90 million subscribers, and the revenue from the number of consumers per month is ridiculous. Disney will literally do anything to keep that number going up, since the amount of power they can obtain through long-term subscriptions is ridiculous. If you think Disney has cultural influence now, just wait until they have 250 million subscribers paying them money each month to babysit their kids. But then cancel Disney Plus started trending on Twitter. Over and over, major conservative and moderate voices began calling for customers to cancel their Disney Plus subscriptions. These are people with millions of followers. And then a bizarre thing began to happen that not even I saw coming. People actually did begin to cancel their subscriptions en masse. YouTube channel Overlord DVD has begun reporting that Disney execs were taken aback by the number of people unsubscribing from Disney Plus in the past 24 hours. More concerning to them, they began to see exactly what people were saying about Disney as a company, and it was eye-opening. Now, this makes a very good point of we think they're powerful now. And I think we've seen this. I think we've seen this when it come to Google. Let's face it. Google has a large part in our lives. And whether it be our jobs, whether it be our home life, just how we get information. Anytime that you give these people a power and they get to such an extent, let's say at Google, they start believing that they've got you and that you as an individual cannot turn off. And they're betting against that. I mean, they're betting that you don't have free will. That you don't have the strength as an individual to turn them off. Disney Plus is feeling that way. Once Disney Plus got to 90 million, they're like, we've got them. We can feed them whatever we want to at this point. We can feed their children. All of this nonsensical babble that Disney is constantly throwing out there. We can do whatever we want because we have the power now. People are they're going to buy into it. Even they might say they disagree with it, but yet they'll pay for the Disney subscriptions or the Disney Plus subscriptions. And I think for a moment they were right. I think they actually almost accomplished it. Now I kind of feel like maybe Disney is starting to realize, maybe, just maybe, this isn't going to work in our favor. That we were about to mend the relationship like with Star Wars fans. That we were going to about to mend that relationship. The Mandalorian Season 2 was amazing. And we almost had them back. And then they go and pull a move like this. And the only move that this was the only move that they could actually have made that would have completely wiped out any gains that they had made with Star Wars fans, or just fans in general, who are just tired of Disney politics in their kids' shows. It is, especially, even going back to the Star Wars things, the idea that they are willing to cancel an upcoming show just because they don't like someone's politics is really telling, because they are losing money. They will be hemorrhaging money by even just putting this show out there that there's an idea and then scrapping it before it even begins. Because all the people that were excited to see it, all the little hints that was in The Mandalorian that were just for naught. When it comes to Gina Carano's character. That to me is telling me that Disney, it's either one of two things. It's either Disney feels like you're so hooked that you won't care, in that they've got other programming that they can just feed you, like The Mandalorian, like some of these other Star Wars shows that's coming out, or Marvel shows. Maybe WandaVision emboldened them a little bit to believe that, people are so addicted to it that they just won't turn it off, even if they disagree with everything that Disney is for, that they won't turn it off. That could be the possibility. But I just believe that Disney Plus just felt like we as consumers weren't strong enough to ignore them. And it's almost kind of like, in American Gods, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of almost working out this way. You give, in the show American Gods, you give these gods so much power, but they're dependent upon you. When you stop buying their merchandise, when you stop subscribing to things like Disney Plus, you are canceling them. And that really starts to hurt them. And that's the only way you can really speak to them. You can't, at this point, we cannot speak to them as parents, or as people that are concerned with maybe them pushing specific agendas that maybe we don't necessarily just agree with on our children. We can't speak to them as individuals anymore, because they're so past that. They feel like they feel like your opinions don't matter at this point. So if they fire Gina Carano, you can be pissed about it, but you're going to watch The Mandalorian Season 3 no matter what. Well, if they start finding out that people are going to unsubscribe to this and they're not going to watch the Mandalorian Season 3, then that's going to make their power non-existent. And I don't think Disney is willing to take that chance. I think they got really emboldened, and I think they're going to pay for that. I think it's going to get to the point where a lot of people are going to cancel their Disney Plus subscriptions. I think The Mandalorian is really going to suffer about this. and they get exactly what they deserve because of this. Because at the end of the day, they allowed Pedro Pascal free range to go out there and insult half the country, and they didn't reprimand him at all. In fact, they promoted him. They promoted a lot of really racist garbage. Really just bigoted garbage. And people that promote that junk, they've promoted them and even gone so far to take up for them. But yet they weren't going to stand with Gina Carano. Even though the force is female, don't y'all guys remember? The force is female. Isn't that what we were told by Kathleen Kennedy? What happened to that? What happened to those strong female characters that you wanted to promote? What happened to the diversity that you wanted to promote when you promoted John Boyega and put him on all these tours around America promoting the new Star Wars, the new and improved Star Wars? But then as soon as you put a poster over there in China, well, you just get rid of him completely. It's like all of that stuff you had been preaching about promoting inclusivity and all of that stuff just goes down the drain because it was empty words. John Boyega called you out on that, Disney, and he was right to do so because that's what it was. It was empty words. You thought that people would like Rey simply because she was a woman. You thought you actually had the audacity to think so little bit of women that you believe that women would be impressed by a woman that has no character whatsoever. Like, you think that they would watch that stuff just because they're women too. Like, if that's not insulting, I don't know what is. And again, I've told y'all a million times, I have a daughter. And that insults me as a father. That insults me that you think so little bit, Disney, of my daughter, that you think that she's just some mindless drone that's going to go along with this because you tell her that she has to, as a woman, has to promote this because this is women empowering women and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you weren't empowering women. You were never for empowering women. You were for empowering a certain type of woman. A woman that agreed with your politics. And a woman that doesn't agree with your politics, you are willing to cancel. Does not matter how popular they are. You didn't push Gina Carano to the forefront. You tried to silence Gina Carano. If anybody is a bigot, it is you, Disney. So yeah, don't get out there and every time that somebody cancels your Disney Plus subscription, or they don't go and see your Star Wars movie or even your Marvel movies, or your ratings start to tank on some things, don't get out there and insult fans. Don't try to take the moral high ground because you don't have it anymore, Disney. The idea that you're willing to cancel an upcoming show because you think that people will still buy into those other shows, and that it's worth it to get rid of Gina Carano because Gina Carano, God forbid, she has a view that's outside of your view. I mean, it sickens me. It sickens me that there is so many people that have given so much power, including myself, and I'm sickened by that. I'm sickened that I ever paid for a Disney Plus subscription. I'm sickened that I am, that I've even watched their content. And I'll admit, hey, they got me a little bit because here on Rants for Us, what are we doing? We are doing reviews over WandaVision. But I can tell you this, Disney, I will not be watching it on your platform. I'm not giving you the time of day, nor am I giving you those ratings for that. And I'm dead serious on that. Whether I have to watch it on somebody else's Disney Plus or whether I have to watch it by another means, I will gladly do that, because I'm not giving you my attention anymore, nor am I giving you my money anymore. I didn't like your agenda before, and I don't like it because I feel like it's really anti-woman. I feel like it's a racist agenda. I feel like you are too focused on the color of people's skin and less about their individuality. Um, and that sickens me. That sickens me that in 2021, there is still, Disney is just as racist and bigoted now as what they were back in the 1950s. That's sad. That's sad that there has been no growth in them, and they've hidden that agenda, and they've done a good job of it. They've done a good job because they've made people think that, man, we're allies of the LGBTQ community. We're allies of women. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not allies of them, because as soon as you go promoting it in places like China, then those characters get sidelined. If you really were allies of the LGBTQ community, or women, or minorities, then you would be out there telling China or whoever that, you know what, this is who we are, you accept us or you don't accept us. That's what people respect. That's what people want. But that's not what they're getting, and I'm really ashamed of you, Disney Plus. I really thought that you were making inroads. I thought that you were trying to mend the relationship with even Star Wars fans, but I was wrong, and I was stupid to believe that you ever had any good intentions at all when it come to, like I said, to females or the LGBTQ community or anything, because you are just giving lip service to anybody and everybody. And your only goal is to promote your own power. And it's like this article clearly states. What happens if they got to 250 million subscribers? What would they be pushing then? Guarantee you it wouldn't be the same agenda that it might still be disguised as a specific agenda, but it won't ever be anything good. And it won't be all these groups that they say that they're promoting and are an ally with. Those people would be thrown underneath the bus. All those different groups would be thrown underneath the bus. Uh, just because you have all the power in the world and you don't need them anymore. And that's what worries me about Disney. That's what worries me about a lot of these corporations. But yeah, Disney, you don't have my attention anymore. You don't have you're not going to get any of my money either. That's just the way I look at it, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all really think that now with these Disney Plus cancellations, of whether or not Disney execs now have your ear. I say no. I say it's a pipe dream to believe that they do, because I think at the end of the day they think this will pass and they can just continue ramrodding all this other stuff through, and that people will forget about it. And you know what? They might actually be right. They actually might be right on this one. And if they are, I'm deeply saddened by that. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.